Good morning, everyone. My name is Drew, and it's a pleasure to be here today to share the culmination of my enriching experience at Savvy Coders. Residing in North Atlanta, I balance my life as a dedicated husband and father of three with a diverse professional background that spans several dynamic roles. My journey has taken me from the disciplined life of a retired Army veteran to the fast-paced world of real estate, shaping me into who I am today, a data analyst, an entrepreneur, and a perpetual student of personal development, technology, and self-improvement. My time in the military equipped me with the vital skills in leadership, problem solving, and analytical thinking. These skills were further refined in my role as a realtor, where understanding and meeting client needs was paramount. Driven by my desire to continually grow and make a more impactful contribution, I embarked on a new adventure with Savvy Coders. This program not only broadened my technical skill set with advanced tools like Tableau, SQL, and Python, but it has also offered me the opportunity to step into the role of a product manager, overseeing projects with a keen eye for detail and efficiency. Today, I stand before you not as a student presenting his work, but as an individual who has faced and overcome significant challenges, including battling PTSD. This journey has been about transformation, resilience, and acquiring a diverse set of skills. I've dived into complexities of web scraping, using pandas, explored the depths of SQL queries, and mastered the art of data visualization with Tableau, all while leading projects with the strategic mindset of a product manager in an agile environment. My ambition now is to blend these newly acquired technical abilities with my existing skills to foster a community centered around life and business. With a broad knowledge base that includes technology, fitness, anatomy, psychology, marketing, and spirituality, I'm committed to helping others remain focused and eliminate distractions. Through my initiatives, podcasts, YouTubes, and writing that I do on the side, I'm here to inspire and guide individuals in unlocking and maximizing their natural talents in business and with stakeholders. So let me now take you through my project at Savvy Coders. But first, I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to my family. They were very pivotal, and they were my why. I know I neglected them and gave up a lot of time and sacrifice to be here. So I really appreciate them all. So that's why I had them here in the center. They were my why. Top right corner, this is my wife and I. We've been together for going on 13 years now, and she has been, foundational in everything that I've been doing, always there to support me. And the unload journal to the left of that is what I do on the side. It's a combination of all my skills and talents, real estate, fitness, anything you can think of, I've done it probably. And so it just allows me to pull a lot of insights from various ideas. And I write on a weekly basis, kind of explaining how my journey through all of this has been and through everything else. So it's important for me to do that. And now with this tool, this is something I want to showcase in my writing as well. So, but to the left of that, you see a picture of me in the military. This is my last deployment. The bottom below that is me, my very first picture in the military in my, dress greens. And then from there over to the right, you see me in another stepping stone in my life when I was competing in bodybuilding shows after I got out of the military. It's something I always wanted to do. I did it, I accomplished it. Don't know if I ever do it again. It was fun for a period of time, but it takes a lot of focus and dedication like anything else. And I don't do anything half. So, if I was going to do that ever again, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So the first thing in all of this is a question, right? So there's a question that has to be answered in real estate or anytime you have a problem. And that question for mine was where to invest in real estate. That's one of the first things that I deal with now. Sometimes when I deal with investors is they want to know where to invest. Sometimes they don't know where. So this was important for me to kind of determine so I can have a breakdown, a visual representation to answer that question for people that come to me honestly on a regular basis asking just that. So I'll be presenting my comprehensive analysis of the 2023 sales across Georgia and all their counties. So this analysis was pivotal for identifying key investment opportunities in real estate. My data overview real quick is I looked at data sets with extensive sales data for townhomes, residential, condos, covering sales from the average list price to the average sold price, And similarly, I had data for condos as well as information on active listings, properties under contract across multiple counties. So just one challenge I have to kind of put out real quick that I faced with the residential. It was unclear to get that data the way I needed it to identify that specific property type. I could find it for everything else, but surprisingly, for the era, the time period I worked with, I could not get that data. So my data is severely on townhomes and condos. And that was just one of the challenges that I want to explain early on in this. So the hunt for data. So with the hunt for data, again, I used all the tools that we were given in the class, and Data World, Kaggle, and a bunch of other places to search for data was one of them. But they didn't have the information that I needed. As I spoke to the Georgia MLS, I didn't even think about it while I was going through the camp until like halfway through, when I finally had my back up against the wall and I just couldn't answer my question that, hey, you have access to the Georgia MLS. You can sign in, you can look for this data. And so that made the production of all of this very easier, but it still, I had work to do. So the data preparation for this data involved meticulously cleaning and selecting relevant columns to ensure that the data was clear and concise and focused on the number of sales, the average list price, the sold prices, and this was crucial for an accurate and insightful analysis. So just to speak to my code and kind of the tools I used, so I had to write multiple SQL queries in order to get the data that I needed and remove it from the various sections of Excel spreadsheets. I had to then combine and join various pieces of the tables and stuff, and the tables and things to be able to have it all together once I pulled out and cleaned it and got rid of all null values and things that I didn't need. I needed to kind of pull it all together. So I had to combine them. So then I also, just because I wanted to really showcase my skills, I also took and used Python, Jupyter Notebook, and imported pandas. And I was able to create a loop that initially brought all of those files, all of those tables, everything together in one location as you see it down here, down below. And that was very important for me to be able to do that because I spent a lot of time doing that with my code. So I'm very proud of this. This was pivotal and very important to me getting my data examined, prepped, and cleaned. Some analysis and insights, I dived into what the data could tell me, right? So I identified the counties with the highest volume of sales for both townhomes and condos. For instance, in Fulton County, we observed 122 townhome sales with an average sold price of $510,000. And similarly, condo sales in Fulton County topped the charts with 160 sales and an average price of $475,215. Now, these figures are pretty robust, and active real estate market in Fulton County indicated it is a potential hotspot for investments. So with each of these, when you look at the overall location, I wanted to start from a bird's eye view when I moved now into Tableau. I wanted to showcase that, okay, so this is kind of how it starts. You kind of get a broad overview and you see a map and you know all the counties of Georgia, right? But we needed to kind of have a hot spot, have our hot zones. So I indicated them in red. And you can see, you know, the numbers for those 44, 17 shows that they were pretty high in the amount of volume that they had for the sales. So to go a little deeper, now we can compare the townhome sales versus the condo sales. And you can see here that we can see Cobb, DeKalb, Fulton, Gwinnett a little bit. Those are the top 4 promising areas for townhomes on the left in green and condo sales in blue on the right. And we definitely see that Fulton County for townhome or condo sales is our big winner, chicken dinner for the day. You know, this is initially where you can start taking your investments, start looking for deals because it's a lot going on here. Now you can look at some of the other areas, but that would be up to you with this data to determine where you wanted to go with it. But where to invest seems to beg the question that Fulton and DeKalb are pretty high on the number list, and the Cobb too. But overall, when you add them together, those two were the biggest numbers right there. And so when we look at the data, we also can see the price comparison here. So in the various counties, you can see how much more the average sold price is for the home. And that's kind of indicative of where you might have, to invest your money with the investments. Typically a return on investment needs to be at a minimum 30% return on investment. And if you're doing your first deal or maybe even several deals, you want to make sure that money is spread around the board, so to speak. So this would allow you to do that. You can mix and match some condos, you can mix and match some townhomes in various locations to determine that. And going a little further, you also see on the next, this is where we can concentrate our sales throughout Georgia. So I built this to initially allow you to all the counties in Georgia to be able to uncheck and recheck various ones to determine where you wanted to search. So you could kind of have kind of your instantaneous data right there to determine like, hey, you know what, I want to remove this. I want to see only Gwinnett County, or I only want to see here, so it just makes it easier to get a bird's eye view of the data. So my analysis also revealed interesting market dynamics. For example, the general trend shows a higher sales volume, like I spoke to earlier, of townhomes compared to condos, hinting at a stronger market demand for townhomes in these areas. And so this insight was vital for understanding market preferences and directing investment strategies accordingly. A slight recommendation, my analysis using Tableau offers valuable insights for potential investors. Counties like Fulton, Cobb, and DeKalb emerge as promising areas for investments in townhomes and condos. Understanding the nuances of the market dynamics, such as pricing trends and property type preferences, is essential for informed decision-making. This analysis not only highlights where the most sales are happening, but also sheds light on sustainable growth opportunities and market trends crucial for strategic investments. So right now, I thank you for your attention in regarding this analysis. So I'd like to say thank you to Savvy Coders for giving me this opportunity. Thank you for your time and looking at this project. Future projects in the works, investment strategies based on location and upcoming land development, choosing the team members based off of personality, if you were building a team, and speaking to choosing the team, determining what a person's role should be based off personality. These are just kind of things that are one-off big projects that I want to work on myself. I have a couple. I thank you and I appreciate your time. You can find more information on my GitHub that will be attached at the bottom in this video. And I appreciate your time. Take care.